Hi, everybody. Hi. Hello. It's Friday. It is time to rank 8-bit Nintendo games. And we've got another batch here provided by the members of the Gerstmann Advisory Panel. If you'd like to sign up, you can do that. Patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann will get you there. There are multiple tiers available. You know, you get an ad-free version of the podcast. You get on the Discord server where we have activated the weird tag thing they did so you can represent. Oh, no, sorry. So you can represent. Yeah, bonus podcast, other shows, all that other stuff there. Do check it out. But we have scientific business to conduct here. Our list of ranked 8-bit Nintendo games is 540 games long. We are, I believe we're just over 2/3 of the way done. Is that it? I was looking at the list of remaining games and looking at it going like, this seems like it's, this is starting to seem like a doable task. This fucking nonsense thing. Here we are, episode 97 of this endeavor. Raid 2020, still pretty firmly at the bottom of the list. Every week that goes by without it getting replaced, you start to wonder, will anything beat it? I suppose the same goes for Mega Man 2, though in my heart of hearts, I believe something will have to beat it. I just can't name what that game is going to be. It just doesn't seem, something about Mega Man 2 at the top of the list when all is said and done seems weird. But I don't know. It just seems weird. But that's science for you. Sometimes it is weird and surprising and all of that sort of stuff. But we will endeavor to continue. We have a fresh batch of games here. Why don't we just get right into it? First up, Ugly Lawn wanted to see this one. And this is a game I was aware of, and I remember I almost bought this game from the rental store when the rental store was getting out of video games, when they were like, actually I think they were closing completely, so they were selling like all of their non-adult tapes. I think the owner of the store just kept all the butt stuff. They were renowned for their butt tapes, and Keith, the guy that owned the place, would always say, that's what people want, It's like, is that what people want, or is that what you want, sir? Who can say, really? Who can say? Either way, this is G.I. Joe, the Atlantis Factor. I forgot this has Capcom's name on it. I guess I always forget that Capcom did these, but it doesn't, I don't know, this doesn't feel like, sometimes it doesn't feel like how, okay, 1 year ago, the Joe team attacked and destroyed Cobra Commanders made base on an uncharted island in the Atlantic. Unknown to anyone at that time, the island was actually all that remained of the lost continent of Atlantis. Surprise! After their defeat, Cobra unearthed an ancient power source and found they could use it to revive Cobra Commander. I didn't realize the Cobra Commander, I didn't finish the last game, but I guess I didn't know you killed Cobra Commander at the end of it. Revive does, it could just be like the ancient power source could just be smelling salts. Maybe he's just unconscious. He was once a man. Okay, Cobra Commander. Okay, so they were successful in reviving Cobra Commander, I guess, because he's raised. Okay, so now I hit a button. I didn't have to hit a button on the other stuff, but okay. Oh, okay. The Lost Continent is now rebuilding his forces. It's a desperate race against time. this feels very low rent, like in its presentation, which is weird because, you know, I think when you look at Capcom's work with the Disney stuff, I think a lot of that stuff is really well done. And this is just like, I don't know. It feels a few steps below. Stalker says, General Hawk infiltrating the Isle of Atlantis will be difficult. I just blow it up, man. If it's an island full of Cobra dudes, then just blow up the island, right? I mean, that's... I don't... Oh, well, now there are several members of the Joe team on the island, so I guess we can't just... Oh, he's got hostages. He thought of that. Cobra Commander is smart. He's not like Serpentor, who is so rash and blinded by his own power. Continue monitoring the operations from our orbital base. Oh man, this is like a bummer because it sure does look like the Bionic Commando map. Like, it lets you kind of see what the character does before you go in, but, like, I can't walk around. All I can do is crouch, jump, and shoot. He can punch. He can shoot. I didn't hit decide, I just hit end. Like, I keep picking up POW, but I don't know... Oh, wait. Oh, man. What is that? I guess I'm, like, leveling... You know, like, if you see the meter down there towards level 1, I guess I'm picking up... punching floating mines out of the air. It's OSP. You gotta punch these mines to get bullets. It's a really distracting, like, foreground, background situation also here. Man with gun against a man with hammer made out of cement block. A tale as old as time. Jeez. Okay, well. I've decided. I've selected... Well, I guess if I had multiple characters, maybe that's when this comes into play, I'm sure. This screen right here looks like a pirate video game, a bootleg game. This looks like the flickery thing at the bottom, like all this stuff just looks like unlicensed video game. The font used for Route 01 is super shitty. Like this grid that I assume is like maybe that's eventually... No, it showed the password. Well, I don't know. I don't know what that grid is meant to convey. Level 2 gun. Ah! Oh no, we want that. How do you think developers of a video game decide, like, we're gonna have our power-ups fucking bounce around when they spawn, so you gotta chase them? Like, what's the consideration there? Like, yeah, it's too boring if they just fall to the ground and you can just get them. Like, he just immediately closes the gap. He's so much faster than I am. Okay, yeah. I was like, maybe if I just crouch in the corner with a level 2 gun and just give him the business. Ugh, I'm out here in the abandoned land. Ah, Wetsuit is here. I had Wetsuit. I guess that makes sense that Wetsuit is here, considering it is Atlantis. Oh, look at this place! Find the enemy on the route. That's all we really get here. I mean, I don't know. Let's try this way. Well, we've got a level 2 gun with Hawk, and he has more life. And I don't think this is going to be an underwater level, so we should probably just go, like, stick with this. I thought I was going to be able to pick 2 guys. Well, let's do move. Okay, so he can punch. He jumps higher, and he has the same gun. That's really not a, like a... I mean, Wetsuit, you know, he should have a trident or something, but I guess Wetsuit as an action figure didn't have a trident, right? Right? So, okay. All right, everybody. We're conducting science here today, if you're just joining us, and ranking every 8-bit Nintendo game. This is G.I. Joe, the Atlantis Factor. This guy jumps higher. We're gonna... Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah, are we playing Picross later? So the 7 there means there can't be another 7 in that. All right. We've got to get Wetsuit some pow. Oh. Now this got... All right, we have got Wetsuit's the POW that he needs. His life meter is terrible by comparison to General Hawk's, but there's a whole lot of POW in this level. I'll give him, at least there's that. Vaguely circus-like music. And this... These like mini bosses in the middle of the level are like both of them now have been like real nonsense in terms of like, here's like guys that are like faster than you, larger than you. And so they close the gap so quickly that you're probably just like your best bet is just to crouch in the corner and hope for the best. Base under construction. Rescue the hostages. Okay. Okay. We can do that. Well, now I feel like I need, okay. You know, Wetsuit's life is up more. Like, he's, okay. So maybe he's my guy. Level 3 gun. Life is almost as good. He's got a wetsuit, which is handy. F, H, K, you know, we got a 5 and a B. Imagine area A. Imagine writing all this stuff down. Like, oh, wait, hang on. I've got to write down my password here. And drawing all of these boxes. This guy's like, I've got a flying hoverbike. It ain't Shinobi on this hostage rescue business. Also, it doesn't feel like I'm getting any like extreme benefit from multiple bullets. Like I can't. Like it still takes 2 shots to kill a guy, even if he's like visually getting hit with 2 of them. Now I got that B. Can I stand on this? This seems like something that would either crush me or... It's not going all the way down, so it's probably something I can use. Yeah, okay, we're going up. Oh, okay. That thing goes up higher than I thought it would. Getting a little flickery here. Reaching that sprite limit. Ah! Jerk. Level 4 gun. Is that a bar of soap? Cool. Oh, we're running low on time. What? Oh no, 5 minutes 57. I was like looking at it tick down to 0, but the minutes marker is like further away from it. So now is Wetsuit dead? Do I have to... Yeah. You know what I mean? There's like this picture of Stalker up in the corner, and then the flickery player character, and this mess, and that font, right? I mean, this screen looks fake. This screen looks like an unlicensed video game for sure. Oh, also, I'm almost out of bullets with Hawk, so we're gonna need to punch more people, I guess. Great. Do I get like multiple fists when I level up my fists? When I reach a new fist level? Oh, look at that. He's got like the combo extended now, and now he's got a little uppercut at the end of it. Okay. Well, that went bad. Do I get all my guys back? I hate to say it, but I'm a wetsuit fan now. Let's try going a different way. Yeah, I mean, he still has level 4 guns, so even if his life is not where we want it, let's just go to Route 3. Again, this screen is so bad. Whatever. I don't think this game looks great, like, overall. Like, for a 91 release, like, this looks weird. It really feels like they spent all their time getting, like, this, like, oh, we're gonna have objects in the foreground, and, you know, like that was their big goal. I mean, that's game development, right? You gotta pick your targets. What are you gonna focus on? Sick ass railings. I think my problem with this game, you know, is similar to what, you know, some of the stuff I said about the other G.I. Joe game, is that it kind of just doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't do a great job of feeling like G.I. Joe, but I guess, like, by 91, G.I. Joe was kind of had slowly becoming a different thing anyway than it was, like, when the toy line first started, when the cartoon kind of first was coming out and stuff, like, you know, a lot of stuff changed. A lot of stuff changed after the movie, right? I mean, much like Transformers, you know, like after the movie, like, a lot of stuff just kind of got weird because they're like, we need to sell different stuff. Area B. Which is to say, like, none of these enemies are, like, recognizable to me, right? They don't look like the Cobra Troopers that I'm expecting. They don't even look like Battle Android Troopers or Crimson Guardsmen. This fucking guy's back, whatever his thing is. The big change in these later areas just seems to be, hey, fewer bullets. Fewer drops out of the enemies. Okay, apparently we're placing bombs at these X's. Good to know. Donkey Kong Jr. business happening right there. Well, okay, at least when we get to the top, it, like... Oh, no, wait, okay, apparently not. I was gonna say it kind of locks. Good, good. I did a good job there. I did a great job. But, you know, like, the music is fine. The graphics are, like, okay. I guess I just look at it and think, like, again, from the perspective of, like, the license, you know? Like, it kind of just doesn't read as a G.I. Joe thing to me all that well. But again, by the 90s, G.I. Joe was, you know, in a lot of ways unrecognizable. Great. No, I need those POWs. You don't understand, man. General Hawk needs to level up. That man just sitting in a chair, waiting for me. He's like, "Oh, you done planting this bomb? Check this out." Brat. Great. Let's try this level. See, okay, there we go. I can decide. So is that now I have both of them? Because there's that other pause menu. There we okay. Why would decide, like, I decided to put 2 characters in my party? So I feel like I should, like, okay, no, okay, so now we have what, a shared ammo situation happening here. All right, I can't stand on those ones. That, I don't think, like, that's background stuff too, so I guess we just gotta go and... Well, it's a good thing I brought my wetsuit. Oh, right, that's... Now, see if I had like a grenade or something that I could just lob in there, or if these gun upgrades were a proper spread shot instead of just the weird, they only go up kind of thing. Ha! And of course he respawns. They are using their shuttle to develop. That's it. That's all. I decide to have them both here. What is this wacky, like, bonus mini game music here? What are we doing? In a lot of ways, it's just kind of, you know, in some way, like, the level design feels like bad Mega Man. I got a credit card. Cool, now we can go charge some upgrades to help us fight the Eggplant Wizard later. Okay. I was like, these guys seem benign enough that maybe I should just punch them to save ammo, but I was wrong. You think that's a shield? Oops. All right, we punched that man until he blew up. Is there any collectibles in here? No. But yeah, not a lot of G.I. Joe appropriate music, I would say. Oh, well, all right. Well, at least that didn't kill me. At least it didn't be like, oh, you scrolled up too far and now that's everything down below has become a death pit. Ah, but that... Stupid. Great. Oh, good. No, I don't want to ride this all the way down. I'll take the damage. If I lose one guy, does it end? Or do I just switch to the other one? I don't have a good answer to that question currently. Oh, I made it to the entrance on... Oh, we have to fight an actual Cobra operative now. With 5 bullets. Great. This is good. Yeah, that's when I think about Firefly. That's what he does. He flies in the air and... Oh, okay. Look at how full this boss meter is and look at how it moves when I punch him. Like, this is not... It's a game with some issues, is what I would say. But yeah, you'll notice that like we get to these levels and basically nothing drops power-ups. And because it powers up the weapon you actually have selected, I'm forced to do a lot of very on-the-fly resource management, or like, oh, I want that to level up my fists, so I need to quickly switch to fist before I collect it, which is in some ways the like Mega Man problem. Hey, buddy, you got some cars? Yeah? Those are your cars? Oh, that one's for the baby? Okay. Cool. Well, they both look pretty good. Have fun, bud. I'll talk to you later. Uh-huh. He's got some cars. right, now he's got them level 2 punch-ins. Like, I can't even, like, I don't even have time to switch to the fists, you know? Like, it's... Yeah, it's just weird. I don't know. The structure of between the upgrades, the way the melee attack seems to just work or not work in a general sense. Ugh. Let me on this thing. What? Okay. No, this is back where... Oh, okay, I see. No, this is dumb. I'm a dummy. I'm a dumb dummy. Was the only great G.I. Joe game at the arcade. I think the Commodore 64 game is really good. It's it's sort of like the 2600 game Outlaw. Do I ride this down now? Yeah, okay. No, this is where I was, right? No, okay. This is a different... Do you think I need to save all the hostages, or does it matter? Am I walking backwards? Is this where the... And did the hostages respawn? Because that would send a pretty clear message that they don't matter very much, huh? Oh, look at that. If you... Oh, that's way easier from a movement perspective. So that's where those mines were earlier, and this is... Am I going back the way I came? It sure seems like I'm going back the way I came, but I guess there weren't all these mines there. Cool. Wounded. Oh, you know what? That's the level 3 melee upgrade, is the sick jump kick. And I have to start all the way back here, too. This sucks, man. This game, I don't know, like, mechanically, like, the way you move, the way you shoot, like, it's all, like, functional. But it feels like something that would work better in a better game. Like, the way the levels are designed, the way the enemies are built. Like, my abilities don't feel like they line up well against them. And that's, it's not great. And here I am, you know, I got 5 bullets left. Like, it just, you're just not. The ammo limit shouldn't have been there. I think is probably the thing that would have, like, I think made this work better than it does, is if you could just shoot the frickin' guns. And then I'm occasionally getting caught by that, which is not great. Can I just back him into this corner and... Oh, no, because he'll just eventually do that, huh? Oh, I won't. We screwed that up. All right, G.I. Joe. And then, yeah, you get this passport. Look at this. Imagine this. Like, you're really going to do this? Oh, you can only have 1 per thing. So at least there's that. Slightly lower complexity. But if it can only be 1 per thing, then why didn't you just make it the number? Well, I guess that's still, yeah, I guess that's one more bit of randomness. You don't need this. This is stupid. This is, you know, anytime a password is, like, hard to write down or, like, more complicated to write down than it needs to be, like, I think you've messed up. And that's something that, like, I think obviously is, like, lost to time, you know, like, no one's writing down passwords anymore. But the number of times over the years where I wrote down a password and then, like, couldn't re-enter it because my handwriting was, you know, because it was just, like, just ambiguous enough, and all of that, you know, it's frustrating. So I guess the question, you know, probably the first question to answer is this better or worse than G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero? I think in some ways this is worse. I think that game just had a little bit more going on, like, in terms of objectives and stuff. Both of these games are, again, like, late enough that I think it's you know, you're not getting the G.I. Joe of the mid 80s here. Like, that's not really represented in either of these games super well. Which is, you know, again, it's when they were made. It's the G.I. Joe that was available at the time. But scientifically speaking, you know, A Real American Hero has a little bit more going on in terms of just the things you are doing level to level. Juggling the kind of upgrades across multiple characters and weapons in this is where it sucks, you know? Like, okay, you can hit a max level of 4 on any one of your weapons, but the power-ups only feed into your active weapon, And so if you've fully leveled up your gun already, then you need to either switch to a different character to pick up the power-ups, or, you know, like if you just pick those up and they were upgrade points that you could spend on that menu, maybe that would be a better way to do it. But it's like this weirdly, it's a lot like the Mega Man system of like, you got to change to the thing that you want to put the energy into to, you know, get more ammo for that ability. And, you know, that was always bad as well. But at least those games are better. This is, you know, this doesn't even have that going for it. This is no Dizzy the Adventurer. Ninja Kid is a better game. This game, in some ways, I think it's made worse by the way the map and stuff looks a little bit like Bionic Commando. It's this feeling of like, oh, man, what if I was playing Bionic Commando instead? That's a much better G.I. Joe game than either of the licensed G.I. Joe games on this platform. But that said, you know, this is not like a hellish, you know, this is not a terrible video game. You know, it's okay. I mean, it's no Puss in Boots Pharaoh's Great Adventure. It's no Werewolf the Last Warrior, but like, it's all right. Like, it's better than The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. But it's no Werewolf the Last Warrior. It is better than Street Fighter 2010, The Final Fight. It's better than Clue Clue Land. Is it better or worse than Renegade? It's you know, it's better than Renegade. Again, that's a science thing, because I think I would take Renegade, but you know, it's better than Classic Concentration. It's better than Three Stooges. It is better than Mag Max. It's our new number 339. Okay. G.I. Joe. The Atlantis Factor. It's a decent name. It's no The Moffat Conspiracy, but The Atlantis Factor. And here it is. There you go. Okay. Next up. This game, a puzzle game of sorts. I think the first game in this series is neat. And I remember at the time people saying that the later games in the franchise ironed out some of the rough edges of that first game. It's The Adventures of Lolo 2. It feels like there should be music here for like that little intro to just fade to nothing. I guess is a little. It's I mean, whatever. Not wasting any time. Or wasting the minimum amount of time. Let's have a little cutscene of him walking up to this fat tower. And then there you go. Now oh man. Okay, I can shoot. I was like, how do I, what is my... But in this level, I have 0 shots, or I use them all up, and that's bad for me. But, like, can I push the... Okay, no, I can... Okay, we're gonna need to shoot this guy and then push it over here, but can I... Like, what can I... Okay. We can eliminate it afterwards. I see. And then it respawns eventually. Okay, what we... Can we shoot the skulls? Yes. Yes, we can. Okay, what do we got? We got a guy walking in circles. Can we push these? Yes, we can. Did I already screw myself by pushing that one? Perhaps. But let's go see what our other... Can I push these into the water to make some kind of... No. Okay. This guy go around the edges? Yeah. Okay. And I got no fireballs for collecting hearts in this level. Okay. I guess I could have done that last, but probably smart to do it first. Now, should what I could do here, in case this guy decides to get all agitated, is I could... No, we've complicated this, in fact. Okay. But I do need to do something about that guy, I fear. I mean, maybe I just need to be quick. Maybe the answer is be quick. Oh, you know what? I just need to do that part. Well, no. Because if I get the chest, he'll explode. So if I get there... But really, that's a matter of like, okay, so... I just need to beat him down there to the treasure. That's all. It's not... I think I'm overthinking it. I just need to run down here and get the thing, and then problem solved. Yeah. Well, it's slow moving through this stuff, but not for those guys. But they fall asleep as soon as they touch me. They don't actually kill me. So I just have to keep from getting trapped and boxed in by them, I suppose. All right, weird smiley face dudes. I'm sure this is fine. We've got some statues of some kind here. Yeah. Okay, they go through the trees, so... I was gonna say, don't make me enter the password. Okay, so we need to push these blocks around to give us the cover we need. But if I push that one... Okay. Okay, so I can go this way. I could push this one there. Oh, did I mess this up by pushing them too close together there? Yeah, I think I did. Oh, you know what? I could have pushed that one down and then pushed the other one over. Yeah. Okay, so there was a way out of that one, but I... Oh, okay. So those guys will just push you around. Okay. So we gotta watch out for that. It's nice to have these enemies that don't like just kill you on touch and not and have them be like, no, we're here to fuck with you in totally different ways. I'm guessing I can only walk down on these and can't walk up, right? Okay. Okay, we've got a couple of Medusa heads, but that's fine. Push this. Huh. No, I messed... I think now I did mess this up, didn't I? Yeah. You can't... There's no dodging that. If it lines up, you're done. Okay, so we can't get that one yet. I can't walk up there because he'll get me there. So let's go over here. We have to do this. We have to do this. But what I can do is I can... push that one up there and get that one. push this one to the left, but I don't know how I would get around to the other side to push it down. I don't think I can do that, so... Okay, what I want to do is I want to push this one back over to the left and then up so that I can block the right side of this guy. But... well, I'm going to have to block the top on this guy anyway to get the treasure later, so I guess we can do that. Probably. And then I probably have to do the same... well, I can't do that yet. Oh, but now I can... no. Yeah! Yeah. No. Yes. No. No. Turns out no. Okay, so... I guess we can do this. And I guess we can do this. But I still can't get either of these two hearts with where things are right now. So... what I want to do is get this block back so I can push it back this way, through along here, but... if I do that... and then that, like I can no longer push this down because if I step up, I'm dead. But I guess I could push this one down here. No, because then I can't push that other block. Can't get a block to the left of this heart because I'd have to move that block above it, and then that would be... if I push this one up, can I get this one where I want it? No, I can't. Unless these can push through the hearts, which I doubt. Yeah. Well, I guess we need to know for sure, but I feel like the heart does not block. Oh, it does. Okay. Well, shit. Then whatever. Now I need to block the bottom, but I guess I can just... Yeah, now that that's blocked there, I can do this real easy, like. Am I gonna die by getting this? Or will, when everything blows up, will it save me? Okay, it looked like it didn't get a shot off, so I probably would have been safe there. So I guess the thing here would be to try to block the skulls, right? So let's do this one like that, this one like that. No. Nope. I can't do that first because I need to be able to, well, I can just do this. Okay. This is fine. Oh, it killed. Maybe this just doesn't work the way I think it's going to. This game needs like a remove your last step option, like, you know, like, oh, I pushed that block one thing too far and now I have to kill myself and start over. Like, you know, they don't need to, it doesn't need to be like this, you know what I mean? Okay, so these guys are gonna try and push me, oh, see, and then they're gonna do this. Yeah. Now, see, if I could just take, like, 3 steps back or something. But I guess it's, you know, that's... It's a real-time game, so maybe that's why you can't really do that. Because these guys walk around in real time. It's not like a turn-based, you move, they move type of thing. So any kind of time rewind would have to be, like, full-on save state style rewinds and like that. That wouldn't work. Okay, so we just don't want to be trapped in by these fucking guys. No, 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 you fucking dick! No, 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 no! So you kind of want to do it behind their back, I guess, is part of it. No, yeah, I turned around. I thought they didn't turn around. I thought that they would stay on their path. I was fucking wrong. Okay. Just gotta keep making my rounds until everything lines up, and then I can get in and get it like this. Oh, whew. Okay. Get fucked, you dicks. Okay, I'm assuming that the arrow blocks do not prevent me from getting smoked. Let's find out for sure. Oh, but the hearts. Okay, but the hearts do protect me. Okay. Right. So let's just shave this top layer off here. We're gonna need to know the answer to this question. Okay. I figured that had to be the case, because otherwise this isn't a puzzle, but, my other question is, can I walk on this grass? Yes. Okay, what's going to be the right way to get this block? Get a block up to block the top. It's very satisfying to kill all of them at the end. This is a good game. I think, you know, what I said about the first game kind of still applies here, is that I think there's just like there's a few quality of life things that you could apply to this, you know, like you don't need lives, you don't need, you know, like there's just let people bang their head on the levels. You don't need a number of lives here. There's no point to that. Now it says PW and I've got an up arrow there. Does that mean I can plop down an up arrow somewhere? I guess we better find out, huh? No. It looks like no. Oh, I can... Oh, God. Jesus. Maybe I can change a down arrow into an up arrow. Maybe that's the... Well, I feel like this has to be the starting move because I don't think I can do anything else. But also the rocks stop the... Yeah. Okay. So I need to be behind rocks and stuff to keep that guy from smoking me, but okay. Now, do these guys kill me when they touch me? I can't remember. At some point, I'm going to need to get up here, so let's figure out how this power-up works. Oh. Well, certainly it's not the select button. Yeah, okay. So he just straight up kills you. This is not actually helpful. It's fun, but that doesn't actually help me. Because, yeah. So he just kind of goes in that basic circle. It doesn't really... Okay, he'll kind of... The further I move away, the more he'll kind of just walk the route. But... we kind of need to do this. Nope, I fucked it up again. Alright, well. No, stupid ass. I needed to move that block, but I needed to be on the other side of it. And I failed that task completely. There. Yeah, now get fucked. Doesn't really help us with the rest of this. Oh, except for that thing is blinking over there, so well, maybe something will happen. Oh, okay. I'd say that maybe they could do more on the rules front. Oh, right. That guy. Oh, I can't. I might have messed that up again by doing that way. Okay. And now my PW is blinking. And now I'm dead. Okay. If I time that right, I should be able to get up there. But I gotta time it right. And that was the thing I was not doing, was timing it right. That's an interesting aspect to this game, is that there are timing things, you know? I think you think about, like, block pushing puzzle games, you think about it as a game you can just stare at for the rest of your life, and it's, you know, again, like that kind of, like, turn-based style. I fucked that up. Spent too much time talking. Except I can't walk up because he'll shoot me. And now I can't walk down because I'll get shot by that other guy. Wow, fuck, man. Unless he only shoots down. Guess we gotta find that out, huh? He does, okay. Ah! Oh, he does, but that guy shoots down, so that... All right. Okay. Oh, right. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, I can't do that. Or I guess I could have... No, because I need to push it from the right, so I can't... I need to push it all the way over and then... No. Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's a good game. But these guys are assholes. It's like... Wake everybody up and just see what it looks like here. Looks fucked. But I do have the ability to shoot, and I have a hammer. I'm gonna guess the hammer can break rocks. But does it only break one rock, or does it break two? Oh, right. At least those guys you can dodge. This guy. Like, I can't really push him anywhere because he's in the corner. Can I shoot? No, because if I get in the range of this guy, he'll shoot me. I was gonna say, can I shoot him and egg him up? I'm guessing I use the hammer to the left of the... No. I was gonna say, use the hammer to the left of the Medusa, but... To what end? Like, I can't get that chest unless I block the Medusa. So yeah, I think that's maybe like, there's the thing about this game is like they're not Like, by the end of this, I will have learned something, right? By the end of this, I will have learned some kind of new gimmick of like, oh, I can do this to this guy and it helps with this. But the amount of trial and error you have to go through to learn that one new thing is something that if they just showed you ahead of time, like the way this game teaches you, I don't think is great. So let's see what... Oh, right. Yeah, the tree. The tree is... Well, shit, dude. There's no easy way to move this snail. I mean, I can kill it. Right? But it'll just respawn. I guess I was curious to know if I could... if I could put one of these dragons or whatever on the right, if I could put that into an egg. But I don't see a way to like test that theory because I want to get next to it. Unless my shots go through the trees too, right? Do I just have to push one of these blocks over and hope for the best? Oh, I fucked that up. Real bad. Oh, now I can't. Well, I guess we can go around this way and... Like, can I do this? Oh, okay. So if I put the egg in the water, it's a temporary platform. So that gives me a reason to do something to that snail. Let's give this a couple more tries here and... Okay, and it moves a space before it sinks. I think that's probably... Well, shit. So that's probably how I would finish the level. Well, no, because he'll be awake and shooting me. It's a motherfucker, man. Anyway. Oops, Chuck. We're fucking dead. Okay. No, that's just wrong all around. Extreme mistakes have been made. Can I... It's looking like no. Can I use the hammer on a tree? Okay, so the egg stays alive for a while. Like, I thought the egg maybe only moved one space and then sank, because that's what it was doing before. Okay, well that... Alright, that's Adventures of Lolo 2. Cool. Again, I think that there's just like a few quality of life things that there's nothing wrong with learning by doing, right? I think that's one of the best ways to tutorialize stuff, but like this game probably needed just the littlest bit of, hey, here's a demo. We're going to show Lolo pushing an egg in the thing. We're going to show here's what the hammer does, you know, like just little bits and pieces. Like some of that's going to be explained in the manual, but like just a certain, because there's a physics-like property to how some of this stuff operates, right? And so when they introduce a new enemy, for example, just saying, hey, this fucker will shoot you if he sees you. So block it with rocks or this other stuff. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with a game that wants you to experiment and figure that out for yourself. However, then they get into you have 5 lives. So every time you lose a life or run out of lives, you got to go back to the menu and jump back in. And you know, again, some of these levels are involved in a way that you're just like, man, if I could just, like I said, you know, like I was saying, like a rewind, like a, you know, be able to take a step back would work. But again, because the enemies move in real time, that doesn't always make sense. Like to just go like, back 1 block. But like those instances where like, oh, I pushed a block 1 block too far and now I'm just fucked. I'm like 10 minutes into staring at this thing and I pushed a little bit too hard and now I get to do it all again. Like those are bad outcomes, right? Those are bad reasons to have to fail out of a level. So like ways for you to take some of your actions back. That's something that, like, you know, in a non-action game, like a pure Sokoban kind of thing, you can very easily do that, right? Because it's very much like, here's are the steps you took and you can obviously take them back. Shove it, the warehouse game for the Genesis and such. And so it's not quite as simple as that, right? But it's not quite as simple as just like, let me take back my steps because of the way the enemies move around and all of that. You would almost need like emulator style rewind, which is an unrealistic expectation for when this game came out and where, you know, like all of that. So it's almost like, you know, hey, if they had checkpoints in the levels or something where it's like, hey, you can save your progress here and return to this space at any point. Well, whatever. I mean, the levels aren't that long, but I think it's just that the retries being limited and having to go back to the title screen and all of that, like that stuff's just not conducive to the game that they made in some ways. And, you know, games were very hung up on lives and everything at this point, and we've talked about that before, that, you know, the specter of arcade games cast a really long shadow over the way console games were designed. You know, it would take a long time before people, you know, like developers would realize, like, dude, lives, continues, all of this stuff, it's all fake, it's all bullshit. We don't need it. Because otherwise this game has a pretty generous password system and it restarts you on the level you're on. So you're not like redoing levels. It's not like, oh, you failed out of this set of 5 levels and now you need to start at the first one or whatever. So that would be way worse. And so, you know, like there are certainly aspects of this that you look at and say, this could be better done. I think maybe like it's a little bit more disappointing here because most of this is exactly what I said about the first Adventures of Lolo, you know? And so this is like ever so slightly friendlier, and that's nice. But it also does kind of throw you into the deep end a little bit, you know, like with very little explanation about what your stuff does. And I think that there are things, whatever. It's not unknowable, right? But then it kind of falls back into that same contraption we were talking about of like, oh man, I did learn a thing, but I lost along the way, and now I need to go back through the level and do that and that. And, you know, that I think that stuff, there's just a smoothness that's missing here. But you could also make the argument that that was a smoothness that we didn't get into until, man, I don't know, later in the 90s. Like what, you know, I mean, Super Mario World still had lives. You could save your game. And like when did we finally... It wouldn't be too much longer after World that I think we'd start to see some more games experimenting with like, just like, oh, you don't need to do this. Like games don't need to be like this. But even Nintendo has gone back and forth on that as it suits them. It's not like no games have lives anymore, but Anyway, this is a great game. You know, like this is a fantastic puzzle game. Like again, the way it kind of merges those sort of Sokoban elements of, you know, block pushing and whatever else, and then merges in a bunch of like more real-time action, like, you know, like fast finger sort of elements into this, I think is really neat. I wish that the game gave you like a little bit better of an on-ramp for getting used to that, because there are things that you're just like, okay, I need to push this, then immediately run over here and do this, and you know, and like the second level, they're having you do that. But I think that there's just sort of, again, you know, like a lot of that stuff could be smoother. I think that, you know, the Adventures of Lolo. I'm always loath to just stack games next to each other on the list, because I think that that's, you know, sometimes that's kind of a cop out. But again, we're not really taking time into consideration here. But this game is just so similar to that game, with a lot of the same criticisms. Like they smoothed over like a couple of things here, but really not that much. And so I guess I would say, yes, this is an improvement over the first game. But it is such a minor improvement that I can't sit here and say like, oh, well, it's, you know, this probably is a case where this is our new number 68, and it really does just push Lolo down one. Because I would say, yes, this is better than the Adventures of Lolo, and I would also say it's no Super C. So I guess that's where we are. That's a weird, but like, I don't, you know, like in some ways it feels like a level pack, you know? Okay. And so our new number 68. The Adventures of Lolo 2. Hell of a game. Davis wanted to see this next game, and I'm not convinced this is a real thing. This was a game that when I read the name of it as part of this request, I was like, that's not a real thing. That didn't come out on. This is something else. This is, I don't know. That sounds like it'd be a Game Boy game. I don't know what we're even talking about here. But no, it's a real game. It's Fox's Peter Pan and the Pirates: The Revenge of Captain Hook. An Equilibrium production. Licensed to your friends at Toy Headquarters. So I'm guessing this was a foxes on the front of this tells me this was some sort of cartoon, right? The music decided to go for it all of a sudden. I love whenever they use the full name of Toy Headquarters, which you didn't see a lot of. I saw "Shall destroy the world you hold dear. It's a duel to the death for Neverland. Oh, this looks like fucking shit. Let's get going. Let's play this. This looks terrible. That blink noise is another kind of unlicensed video game sort of this jump noise. What the fuck is this, dude? I can't attack while I'm jumping. When I crouch, I stay crouched until I push up or attack or make some kind of move. Look at the fall on this jump. Look at the everything about this. Ah! Peter, watch out for traps. I can't be fooled on any grown-up tricks. I got fooled by a grown-up trick. Joke's on them, though. There's more treasure down here for me to get. Oh, okay. Why am I out of it now? What? How do I get that egg? Ah! Well, give me an egg. Oh. Great. You know, this is, I don't like to work in hyperbole or, you know, like, this sucks. Cool. I didn't mean to fall in that hole. I was trying to get the treasure and kind of stick to the side, but... No, I tried to jump over that, but... Awesome. I mean, it's a cool bonus stage. What did pushing this down do? Did I open up a magical path? Oh God! You guys are just strapped now. Oh, fuck! Oh, the F is fairy dust. I can't attack him because you can't attack while you are jumping. Gotta get that bag of F. Well, I guess that answers the question how you're supposed to get that stuff that's like hovering above a pit, huh? I think it's time to change the rules. Oh. No, that wasn't like some kind of clever like, and now it's gonna be a shooting game. It was like, I think it's time to change the rules. By the way, back to the title screen. This is, No. That's not the... And then... sure. This game seems, extremely unlicensed. It's not. I mean, your friends at Toy Headquarters made this game, but this has like, I feel like most of the hallmarks of like a, you know, get out of the hole, dick. Fuck you. Oh, and because I was facing that way when I activated the fairy power. Oh my god. What the shit? No, come back here. I need you. Give me that. What the hell? Ugh! Ugh. Wait, no, what? Oh, there's a 1 up there. I think I'm gonna be sick. Wait, why didn't I go to the bonus stage that time? I'm guessing it was this guy, since I always took that shortcut. Ah! Jump up the... Oh, no. it's crazy because, you know, so that this like number 10 on the left side of the screen is like how much health I have, and it doesn't really seem like there's an upper limit on it. So if I keep getting these treasure chests and stuff, like it just keeps going up to like 40 or, you know, or whatever. Like I just keep getting more and more. That guy just disappeared. And then I fell in a hole. It's not a very good game. Thing I'll say about it is that it's not a flickery mess like a lot of unlicensed games can be. It has some mechanics, right? You can fly, and that's kind of interesting. You know, they have pickups to replenish your dust. If you run out of dust and need to get dusted. There's health everywhere. And it's more than just a platformer. You have to kill everyone. I don't think it's as good as the Adventures of Lolo 2. But is it better than... No, I guess it's not as good as the Adventures of Lolo 1 either. That game is like the most unlicensed licensed game. For a game that is licensed by Nintendo and also licensed by a cartoon. It sure had the look and feel of a bootleg video game. Like dramatically so, from the way it sounds to the way it looks. Like I said, I think the only thing it kind of has going for it is, you know, that the graphics are solid. It's not like a flickery mess or something, you know, but wow. Yeah, man, that's they don't always look like that, you know, but you've got like these, you know, spiders falling out of nowhere like it was Forbidden Forest for the Commodore 64. But you don't have a bow and arrow to fight them back with. Like the range on your attack sucks. You cannot attack while jumping. And so you've got these pterodactyls that are coming at you, and they come in just a little high. just a little high compared to the, you know, the whatever hitbox situation there is. And then, yeah, there's some, cut corners on just like, oh, when you die, it immediately respawn, you know, like just the, it really just comes across as like this, you know, we talk about words like shovelware, like you this really looks like something that was shoveled out the door, you know? Wow. You know, you think you think you know, and you think you see the licensed, you know, the Nintendo seal of quality, and you think that maybe there's something there, something to that. But holy smokes, wow, that's a real mess. That's a real mess of a video game. I mean, good on them for finishing something and getting it out the door, and you know, licensed games of the era and all of that sort of stuff is just an unfortunate state of affairs. It's no Panic Restaurant. Dragon Warrior is a better game. Urban Champion, way better combat. Super Spike V-Ball is a superior product. Mission Impossible, yeah, you'd be better off with that. Faria, A World of Mystery and Danger is a better game. You'd be better off with a copy of Solstice, The Quest for the Staff of Deimos. Is it better or worse than Dino Wars Destruction of Spondylus? I mean, Dino Wars is better music. It's got you're in the dinosaur and you're out of the dinosaur. It's got that great fist weapon that everyone loves. Yeah, that's a better game. Spelunker is a better game. Bomberman 2 is a better game. You'd be better off with Ninja Kid for sure. G.I. Joe, The Atlantis Factor is a better game. Worm, Journey to the Center of the Earth is a better game. Any normal, you'd be much better off with a copy of The Incredible Crash Dummies. The Bugs Bunny Birthday Blowout is a superior product. I mean, certainly Wayne Gretzky Hockey is a better game than this. You'd be better off with Mappy Land, even. Though that's kind of, you know, we're kind of... Deadly Towers has more going for it than this. Like, by a lot. At least half of the Caltron 6-in-1 games are better than this. The Last Ninja is a better game. You'd be better off with a copy of Cybernoid, The Fighting Machine. Chiller's a better game. Beetlejuice is a better game. Daydreamin' Davy is, awesome, compared to this, bummer, of a video game. Athena is a better game. King Neptune's Adventure is a better game. But it's better than Conan. It's our new number 522. Foxes. Peter Pan. And the Pirates. The Revenge of Captain Hook. Nice long name, too. Really make sure that the entire property is represented. You know, this Hook movie's coming out, so maybe we should, you know, like say Hook right in the name. And there you have it. Our new number 522. It's a real... man. What the hell? I'm like, did that? Yeah, that's a I'm really kind of beside myself on that one. That game's like bad in some weird ways, and like they had a couple of ideas, right? Of just like, well, I mean, you should be able to fly. You could fly in the show. You got to get fairy dust. Like, you know, there's a couple of things in there that you look at and go like, yeah, you know, someone sat down and said, hey, here's this kind of thing. Here's this mess of a fucking thing. But it's just, I mean, the audio is so crazy, like undercooked, you know, just like that again, that feel of an unlicensed game. A lot of the way that game feels unlicensed is because of the sound effects. Like it has a lot of sound effects that sound like they belong in one of those shitty low budget unlicensed games. It's one of those things where you want to check the credits of the team that made it and go like, did you guys ever work for AVE perhaps? You guys make any Bible games? Pac Mantis want to see the next game. It's a sport that took over the nation and had the nation's children in an absolute chokehold because of how popular and amazing it was. It's Gotcha, the sport. This is a light gun game of sorts. I remember seeing advertisements for this game constantly, and I don't know that I ever rented it or played it or did anything with it. I was like, oh, that's cool, man. Gotcha, like the paintball game. Okay, so I'm using the D-pad here. To scroll the screen, which is interesting. Really good music here. I was aiming too high. If you saw the little light rectangle. I shot the flag, and now I guess we need to take it back. And occasionally we've got some ammo cases. Yeah, that's weird. Like the target boxes are really low on the guys. Not a game that's big on headshots, I guess. Whoa. Oh, man. I didn't realize we had to play paintball against fucking punk rockers. Guys are like, are you into the Dead Boys? Are you in? What do you want to go to a Circle Jerks show after this? Oh, whoops. They clear out that whole base. Smoke them all. If I scroll them off the screen, they can't hit me anymore. That's how guns work. So I don't know if you ever saw a actual gotcha gun. But this was a licensed. They sold these as like, these are not real paintball guns. These are like toys that they were kind of selling in a, you know, in a laser tag like context, for you to play like paintball with. But these were not good paintball guns. And they fired... Hang on, I'm winning over here. That snowman doesn't even react when you shoot it, man. This sucks. I will say, like, using the D-pad along with the light gun, you know, like, mildly innovative for a game that I thought was just going to be Operation Wolf. The ability to scroll back and forth does give it a certain something. Oh, they took our flag. Unfortunately, there's no one else on my team, so I'm gonna have to do it. So, gotcha guns, they were these big plastic ka-chunk kind of things, and you'd have to cock them open, and there were these little, like, not actually all that little. It was like a can of chaw sized thing. And so you'd put this, like, chewing tobacco sized, you know, like the ammo into it, and then close it, and it had like 8 shots in it or something. And then at the end you had a spent, like, you couldn't reload the individual cases, you just threw them away. So, like, crazy wasteful on top of everything else. They would shoot maybe like 8 shots, 10 shots or something, and the shots they shot were these tiny pieces of plastic. And on the plastic was a slight little dip of like green paint, or, you know, whatever, yellow. I think you could get different colors or whatever for teams or something. And so these things would fly out of the gun at a not very high rate of speed, and so your range was dog shit. And it would hit your clothes, and maybe if the part with the paint on it would hit your clothes, then maybe a little smudge the size of like a pencil eraser would maybe get on there, and then you'd be like, oh, I got hit with a laser gun, or I got hit with I'm out, I guess. That's how we play paintball, right? And so it was like they were trying to like sell this like mainstream garbage ass toy ass paintball thing. You know, real paintball guns, you air them up, man. Real paintball guns, you load fucking paintballs into them, and the paintballs burst with paint and get people painted the fuck up. And it's unpleasant to be shot with a paintball gun. Extremely so. Especially above the neck. But these were not that. It was a tiny little, like, again, like just a little crappy little plastic thing that had not even been fully dipped in paint. It was like just a little smudge on it. And so if you didn't use them, and you know, if you're like me, I still have a gotcha gun in the garage somewhere, but all of the ammo or whatever, all of that shit is dried up and probably empty and all this other stuff. Who knows? But it was like the worst possible, you know, in a world where laser tag existed, and, you know, you could just shoot people and would hit them. And like, you know, it was just a gigantic waste of time and energy and effort. And just like the guns were awful. The ammo situation was awful. The paint was all, like, everything about it was just fucking crap. Absolute fucking crap. I see we've already looped back around to the first level. It's also annoying that the flag guy is always like very much. Wait, I shot that fucking guy. It's like very much in the background. Like it's. I don't know. This is. I like the idea of you using the D-pad to navigate. Like that's, you know, that's better than a kind of forced scroll or whatever, but. Is there anything else to this? I just want to get shot. What happens? That happens. Okay. This happened last time, too. Oh, almost made it. Oh, so it respawns me with the flag getting away. Yeah, couldn't quite get him off screen. All right. That's bad. Is there anything else going on in the advanced? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, just faster. Okay. Yeah, way faster. So that's your difficulty change, which is not too exciting. Light gun games are bad. I kind of maintain that even the good light gun games ultimately are still just light gun games, and it's a limitation that I think gets kind of imposed just by the way a lot of that stuff works, man. They're repetitive by nature. The vast majority of them, are just like these canned sequences of like, go from here to here and do this, and like, oh, this one's got a foot pedal, but like ultimately it's just the same game. I mean, some of that stuff is very cool. Like, I think Virtua Cop is very cool. I think Time Crisis is very cool, but you play it and then you're like, all right, I did that. Now let's move on. Like Point Blank are some of the few light gun games that are kind of worth playing long term. Because of it being a mini game collection, and kind of they're able to just add more mini games to it to help mix it up, and the order of them helps, and you kind of get more out of it than the average light gun game. But like even Time Crisis 2 is awesome. It's awesome. I don't really feel the need to ever play it again. Played it enough. Ultimately it's like, all right, this level is pretty much the same every time you run it. And that only takes you so far at the end of the day. So they're experiences, right? I mean, it's like, here's this, like, especially in arcades, the way light gun games went is like, here's this relatively short thing, and you kind of, or yeah, it's like a shooting gallery, like a police trainer or something like that. Silent Scope had its kind of scope gimmick, and that added to it to some extent. That Golgo 13 game was neat. But yeah, ultimately, like, they're just kind of repetitive. This game actually has a weird, like, there's an opportunity with Gotcha the Sport just by virtue of you controlling it with the D-pad. You know what I mean? Like, if they had maybe done a little bit more with it, that I think that, it could have been a more engaging game. And by that I mean, like, what if you were playing Operation Wolf and you could scroll back the other way? Or what if you had like a dodge? Or what if you had the nimbleness of, say, an Empire City or Cabal or some of these other games that are, like, or Nom 1975, which is like what if Nom 1975 was a light gun game, but you could also kind of roll out of the way or do, some kind of movement thing. So it wasn't just shoot them before they shoot you. And that's something that, yeah, later on, you'd see, Time Crisis sort of is that. It's, here's a cover system, and so they have that race against the clock element of it, of like, yeah, you can take cover, but like, you have to kill these guys because you're going to run out of time. And later games would kind of try to do some other stuff. I mean, that Rambo game that came out on PC not that long ago, like, there's a light gun game version of that in arcades that's, like a lot of light gun games, fun once. So like Gotcha the Sport is not like it you know, they only have a few stages in it. The action is incredibly brain dead. The options and the upgrades or lack thereof, like, you know, like that, there's a lot of stuff that they could have done more with this. But that core of it, of, hey man, what if you could move yourself instead of the Operation Wolf style forced scrolling, is kind of fucking awesome. Conceptually, in practice, in this game, it's a waste. Like, you look at it and you're like, man, if you put this in a better game, you know, boy, you'd really have something going. But unfortunately, it's in Gotcha the Sport. And it's funny. Like, it's funny, right? They're like, it's Gotcha the Sport. And literally they are trying to present capture the flag style paintball, like in the context of a light gun game for the NES, which is funny. You get to the end, you get the flag, and you have to get back. Sometimes the enemy takes your flag and you have to stop them. But also the timer is so restraining in each level that, like, the reality of it is you're not really playing capture the flag. Like, if those guys get away from you, you're probably going to run out of time before you can slowly scroll back over there and make your way to the flag guy and get him, you know? So, like, this is not a good game, but at least it has, like, an idea to it, which I think, especially in the confines of the NES, when we think about light gun games, those are in relatively short supply. You know, we played Barker Bill like last week or whatever, and it's just like, here's, I don't know, in some ways we expanded on Duck Hunt and Hogan's Alley, but also it's way worse than both of those games. Also, you know, it's like, it's the NES light gun catalog is, it's not a pleasant place to be, but you do have these slight handful of, like, what, like Lone Ranger or whatever, and yes, even Bayou Billy, to a certain extent, I think you do have to kind of say, hey, check this out, because, you know, it's doing more. Gumshoe, of course. I mean, they made a platformer and made you control it with a pistol. I'm not going to tell you that that's a great game. I'll tell you that I love it, and I love that they tried it. And then I think at the narrowest end of this funnel, you've got something like To the Earth, or you've got even Wild Gunman, where it's just like, you know, here's this barely an idea sort of thing, and there you go. And yeah, it's Gotcha the Sport is no good. It's immediately repetitive. You don't even get through the first level before you're like, dude, I'm good. I don't need to see any more of this. But at least it has that, and that's something. At least it has something. And so it's a better game than To the Earth. Oh, but I don't know if it's a better game than Chiller. Huh. Chiller had secret shit in the walls you could shoot at. Chiller had skeletons you could blast apart, and just and more variety, and like hidden secret letters and little stuff like that. Like, the problem with Chiller is that it's funky, and the light gun part of it doesn't work nearly as well. And so that's kind of, if we were talking about the arcade version of Chiller, No, this version of Chiller is a better game than Gotcha the Sport. Like this is Gotcha the Sport is better than To the Earth, but it is not as good as Chiller. It's better than the Terminator. It's our new number 499. Okay. Let's take a look at the list. And there you have it. Gotcha the Sport. I feel like I saw Gotcha the Sport in a lot of ads in the era of that era, and I think this is the first time I've ever actually played it. It's interesting. I'll give it that. Like, you know, there's at least a conversation to be had about it because of what they did. And that's more than you could say for a lot of other games. All right, rounding us out for this week. A little something called Ultimate League Soccer, an unlicensed game from your friends at American Video Entertainment. These guys look thick. Let's scroll the screen back to them again. I don't know why we're doing this, but... Oh, I pushed start and the ball got big. Okay, we can pick the ULS Cup or whatever that thing is. Accuracy, offensive 68. Okay, the US team sucks shit. That sounds about right. I like that the beep made the music stop. I guess 15, 433, 424, or 442. I guess 433. Oh, no. Oh, that's my... Okay, all right. We're going... We've got a throwy. I think that's what they call it. What's the fucking point, man? Where was the goalie on that? Where did the goalie go? He was over here. Why was the goalie over there? This doesn't control well. I know that's shocking to hear. I don't really feel like I have much recourse here behind him. Like, I'm not catching up. Slide tackles don't really help you catch up either. They also seem very ineffective. Oh, boy. All right. Good, good. Oh. Hello. Eat shit. Dancing on your grave. Like the slide tackles are just so out, like you don't really have a ton of control over them directionally. Like it's just kind of sort of goes in a direction, but not the one you want. I feel like my options, like I can't do a good long just fucking kick it the fuck downfield type thing. Even with the goalie, it feels like limited. Can I kill this man? Can I just... Come on. Ugh! Give me control of the fucking goalie, you piece of shit. Like, yeah, this is a stuttery fucking mess of a fucking game. Good. Goalie in great position there for that one. Just, it wouldn't give me control. I'm sitting there mashing the change player button, and it's not giving me control of the goalie at all. Until, like, the ball has been kicked, basically. Then it's like, oh, you want to do something? Like, yeah, thanks. Great. USA, USA. And that's it. Game over. What does this mode do? Just like a tournament type thing. And it just eliminated half the teams. I like that just like every stat the US has compared here is like lower. It's across the board. There's no like, oh, the US is good at this. It's like the US is 80 in speed, but this team has better everything else plus 82 speed. I don't know, man. What is the difference? Maybe this is a maybe I have to play other teams after I win or something. If you win. Yeah, this just feels bad. I don't know, like your ability to get your feet on the ball, any kind of possession change, like just doesn't feel real. Which, you know, for this time, you know, like maybe not a huge surprise, but the ball movement being as like low, like just the as stuttery as the ball movement is, like that's kind of I think the full story on this game could be told right there is look at this fucking ball. And the slide tackles feel like completely random and pointless. Ah, that guy, my guy is just randomly vanished off the screen. He stopped animating and then skated away. Did you see that? Like, there doesn't seem to be, like, the concept of passing to a player is not real in this game. It's just, it'll it'll just scoot the ball out in whatever direction you're pointing. But if there's a player that you think you're trying to pass to, like, no. Mm-hmm. Good, good. Also, just like actual soccer, it fucking takes forever. We got a game to get back to. Sorry, ladies. Oh, man. Another throwy. That's a throw'ems. That guy did a slide tackle while I was still slide tackling to recover the ball. And they seem to be loading up these much longer kicks than I'm able to. Like, I'm trying to hold down the button and stuff. It seems like that would be the obvious way to do that, but as soon as I hit B, that ball is gone. To hold down A, it takes a couple of seconds before it goes, but that's still not getting me the distance that guy got. What the fuck is even happening here? Yeah, this is no good. I don't know. Like, it's probably not the worst soccer game I've ever played, but it's just the ball movement is so rotten. Fuck you. No. Gonna get a backcourt violation doing that. Eight 0, I think is what you say there. Yeah, and then it goes on to another game. I'm good. I'm okay. No, thank you. No, thank you, Ultimate League Soccer. Not a good game. Ball movement being the big problem there. I think like a lot of soccer games of this era, you kind of end up, with some of that, but like the ball moving as slowly as it moves and as stuttery as it moves just makes the whole thing feel gross. And then you get into the nitty gritty of just like, okay, these slide tackles feel weird. And if I'm running at an angle, the slide tackles are automatically aimed and the AI is not able to dispossess me of the ball. It just keeps slide tackling over and over again and missing. And that stuff sucks. That stuff's no good. So like when we're thinking about, it's no Wayne Gretzky hockey. It's a little bit. Is it better or worse than John Elway's Quarterback? It's a little better. Like John Elway's Quarterback is really a shitty football game. Just the way that that's a really shitty game. Ultimate League Soccer is better than Rock and Ball. Is it better than the Untouchables? No, it is not. It is our new number 437. Our new number 437. Ultimate League Soccer. All right, and there you have it. There it is. That's going to do it for this week's installment. Some interesting games on the list this week. That's a weird variety of things, man. Some Adventures of Lolo 2, hell of a game. They should just take all the Lolo games and put them out as one thing. Because it's at some point it just seems like here's more levels for Lolo, and you're like, yeah, okay, great, yeah, let's do that. Left over on the list currently that we will try to get to next week. Raymond wanted to see a game called Uncharted Waters, which sounds a lot like biting off more than I can chew, but maybe we will get into that next week. We will see. People love those Uncharted games, so hopefully that's solid. But that's going to do it for me here. I'll be back next week, of course. Podcast on Tuesday. We'll hang out on Wednesday, and then back on Friday to rank more 8-bit Nintendo games. You can get your own picks on the list, of course, by going to the Patreon, patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann. Check it out. Join the advisory panel today, and I will see you next week.